I want to talk about how terrible this NBA.com Kia race to the MVP ladder is. And there's a few guys in there that I do believe that deserve to be in there. Like most of the guys do deserve to be in there, not in the order that they are. So before we start today's video, I want to hear down below, who are your top five MVP candidates as of right now? I think I'm going to go with LeBron, Dame, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Steph Curry. That's my top five. No particular order. Just I think those are the top five players right now most valuable for their teams. And I want to hear yours down below. So let's get into today's video. So NBA.com, and if you guys are just starting to follow the NBA or if you've been following for the NBA for a long time, most people know this, that NBA.com is not like the NFL. Where the NFL.com actually has like really good like media stories and news and articles written because they have like the best writers and stuff. I'm going to be honest, I used to read NBA.com 7 years ago, but since like 2013 or 2014, I mainly use Reddit or any other source besides NBA.com just because I find NBA.com to be one of the more terrible like sites for NBA. But this is why we're doing the MVP list off of here, because Bleacher Report or The Athletic, if they did something like this, I'd probably agree with it a little bit more. But NBA.com have LeBron James, who, yeah, he actually is probably in the front runner for most valuable player if there was like a front running right now, 8-9 games in. And yeah, look, LeBron is playing great, but the thing is I think LeBron in year 18 is going to have an abbreviated season, meaning if there's 72 games, he's at least going to play 50, and at most I think he's going to play like 65. I really think he's going to play between 50 and 65 games. So right there, is that too many games he's going to miss for like, because it's not going to be injuries, it's going to be resting. He's going to rest himself, obviously, when he knows he's clinched a playoff spot and they don't need him to play. So do you sit here and you go, all right, will voters be able to overlook the fact that LeBron James, sorry, I'm wearing like Uggs and they got like a little dirty, and like they're gifts. Don't want them to be dirty. You know, will there be fatigue and, you know, people voting being like, yeah, we don't really care to give you the MVP because you didn't play enough games. Oh, and how did I miss this guy? Luka Doncic. Well, if he's going to win MVP, the team needs to make the playoffs. So I don't know if they're going to actually be a playoff team this year. And I mean, I think they're going to be a playoff team. I hope that they're a playoff team because, you know, you want to see Luka Doncic in the playoffs, nowhere else. So with that being said, hopefully they are a playoff team. Hopefully Kristoff comes in and continues to be the Robin to Batman, to Luka's Batman. And, you know, Luka, I think, could win his first MVP this year if he does lead this team to a third or fourth seed. This is where I disagree with NBA.com. Paul George. I'm sorry. Look, I know he had an abysmal bubble season. And you're going to come at me with after a 51-point loss to Dallas. And yeah, right now he's on current pace for 50, 40, 90. The holy grail of shooting. And he did vow to bounce back, but he's not playing MVP. He's playing like second or third team All-NBA. I wouldn't even, maybe first team All-NBA. Not MVP. Not at all. Because you're not winning games. Paul George, they are winning games. The Clippers are actually not that bad. Like, let me take that back. Like the LA Clippers, what are they? They're 6-4, but you see that, okay? But the thing is that, like, hey, I want to say, like, yo, you guys need to be more realistic. Paul George is not the most valuable player. Paul George can be shut down. If Paul George wasn't on that team, would that team still be as good? I mean, no, but like, I feel like they have a chance of being pretty close, even when Paul George is out. Joel Embiid should right now be the front runner, okay? The Philadelphia 76ers are one of, if not the most fun NBA team to watch. We got Joel Embiid taking his game to a whole nother level. Something that people weren't expecting. A man dominating. And it's because people are going like, Doc Rivers is doing the right thing. And Doc Rivers is reminding me of the good old days of Doc Rivers when the Clippers were making it to Western Conference Finals and stuff. When I look at all these people, I'm like, hey, this Sixers team reminds me of the 2008 Boston Celtics with Joel Embiid playing a combination of like what Paul Pierce and, well, let me take this back. Joel Embiid is playing a role similar to Kevin Durant and Paul Pierce on the scoring wise, where he's just getting all the touches and there's a bunch of ball movement, while Paul Pierce is Tobias Harris in this sense, and Simmons is, you could say, Rajon Rondo, and Joel Embiid is a combination of there. But like, if you were putting out, like, if you're looking at the 2008 where it's like Kendrick Perkins, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo, you can see flashes of that team in this 2020-21 Philadelphia 76ers, with Simmons playing the Rajon Rondo role, Joel Embiid controlling the post, bringing his game to a whole nother level, Tobias Harris looking like Los Angeles Clippers Tobias Harris. This team, all they need is a little bit more shooting and defense, maybe some veteran experience off the bench, and they're going to definitely make it to the finals. But what we've seen in these like pretty much 10 games is how consistently dominant he just makes the he dominates over the competition, and his talent is there. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Steph Curry is back, baby. Steph Curry is back. My boy Steph, the man that people said would not come back, the man who would never play the same, is back. And he's 32 years old. People didn't think Steph Curry was going to be able to keep doing it or be able to be a good player. But the former two-time MVP had 62 points in just 36 minutes. And this is with Klay Thompson not being there. More than ever do the Warriors need Steph Curry to be Steph Curry, who is one of, if not the most dangerous shooter and scorer in the league as of right now, even at 32, coming off of injuries, all that good stuff. Steph Curry is a man that teams need to kneel down to and feel threatened when they see his ability around the basketball. But yeah, that's what I got for those. Now, we're going to talk about Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nikola Jokic should be up there. Nikola Jokic, if we go and find Nikola Jokic, like, let's look at Nikola Jokic stats. This man's averaging a triple-double. People can come at me. Triple-double, 10, 11, and 25. Okay, at one point, he was averaging, he was leading the NBA in assists. He might still be. I think Nikola should be over Curry, Paul, and LeBron. I think the top should be Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. Domantas Sabonis is another guy who's taking his game to another level. Jason Tatum isn't playing as well as Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's playing better. Damian Lillard's another guy who should be up there. And, Damian Lillard's another. There's a bunch of people. But that's it for me, guys, today. I hope you guys do have a great day, because I know I will. So nice, guys. Peace out.